Okay, looks like we are live on the Twitches. Are we live on the YouTubes? We are live on the YouTubes. Just seen a notification to say we're coming through live elsewhere. So let's tune into that. Okay. Everything looks fine there. Let's check our sound remotely. Okay, yep, sound is fine. You can hear it spiking. Our Chief of Security has just decided, as you can hear, to come in and add his own sound effects. Okay. Just need to test it on a different resolution now. Make sure everything is fine there. Which I'm sure it will be. I need to find out what's annoying spiking. So let's go check the other resolution, and I will probably feed the cat because I suspect it's dinner time for kittens, or supper time as it would be, since it's oh, you're not getting out, kitten. And my remote laptop has died. Give it a minute to load up. And it needs another restart. Fantastic. Oh, come on. This is why you don't do things live, people. You have all your plans in place, and then you try and do something, and the machine's like, I need an update and a reboot now. That seems fine. Spiky, calm down, pal. You're not getting out of this tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 16 of Two Idiots Learn to Code Brain Drain series. I am Amax Games Davie, one of the two idiots, and this series is with me trying to learn how to write a quiz game. The quiz game in question is Brain Drain, and if you've been following along from now, from the beginning, or even just pitched up, you'll see that I have no knowledge within Unity. I have no knowledge within C#, although I did qualify some 30 years ago as a programmer in college. And we're trying to navigate our way around creating mobile games, more specifically cross-platform mobile games. And we're trying to do that to the best of our ability. You may see Idiot John, my brother, the other idiot, who is also one of the founding members, doing his own streams. But for the time being, I am one of the two idiots learning to code, and we're trying to create an ethical freemium game, meaning that we're not trying to charge you an exorbitant amount for the game, and we're not trying to charge you an exorbitant amount for in-app purchases, although there will be some. And we're not trying to give you a 20-second level where you then have to watch a 30-second advert afterwards. So we're not going to be EA and other Ubisoft or any of the other large publishers. The whole idea behind this is that we do this as best we can. We do this cleanly, and we don't treat our customers like walking wallets. Like I said, it doesn't mean we're not going to have DLC, but for our DLC, we're expecting to upload some free content as well. How exactly we manage this at the moment, I don't actually know, but we will endeavour in order to do so. And that's where we are just now. So if you followed along, you should see the fact that we have got to the stage where our game is mostly ready, in the sense that we have our game, we have our core gameplay, we have round mode, survival mode, and hardcore mode. We have multiple questions. We have our new settings pages, which I'm probably going to be working on today because it's not quite working the way I wanted to. We have theme music, but I also want to look into adding an audio mixer so that we can change some settings within here and try and fix what's basically going on. So we're trying to fix up the settings, which is new. And on top of that, we're going to try and basically just clean up the user experience of the game just now. So settings needs added. The stats icon up the top can probably be moved to settings. Inside settings at the moment, it's going to look like garbage, but if I open it up, it doesn't actually look that bad. You can see we've got a test sound effects button. We've got a slider for music effects and slider for the sound effects. Now, sound effects and music effects are not split at the moment, but I hit my regular limit of what I choose to stream. Um, I don't want these streams to be 8, 16, 24 hours long, at least not at the moment. So we're trying to keep these down to around 2 hours, 2.5 hours, so that they're manageable. And we try and achieve something within that 2 hours. Anything we don't achieve, we add to our snagging list. And anything we do achieve, if I just go back here, we add to our completed list. We also have a to-do list as well. So I need to add in an app purchase shop. I need to check that. I actually think I implemented the change streak color when it's active or it's ended. Fuzzy logic for questions. So the questions aren't quite that bad in the sense that basically in the sense that if you enter the matrix instead of matrix, then it'll try and work out the difference. It's not going to be perfect, but it's to try and make it a bit easier because some of these questions are pretty difficult. I also need to add, fun enough with that said, a way to report bad questions. So I'll actually add that to our to-do list here. So I need that added. And this is basically what we're kind of working on. So you'll probably have noticed we've got a banner on here, but the banners are not designed to interfere with the game. They're not going to be there constantly. What the banner ads are going to do is if I can't really show you because it doesn't work in the simulator, but the banner ad would appear down here when you open settings or when you open stats. And the idea behind that's pretty simple. It's out of the way and it's a way for us to generate a few extra pennies with all of the people that we're hoping are going to play this. So with that in mind, let's try and continue where we left off yesterday, which was, if we go back to our guru, ChatGPT, we had done this part and we'd added our main menu music. And it was saying that we could add this to our settings manager by adding these two lines. I'm just going to copy those lines. I'm going to add them to our settings manager. So for that, I need to go to our scripts, go to settings manager. So as you see, the two new files are settings manager and music manager. These are the ones we're working on just now. So if I double click this, there we go. I'm not quite sure where I usually put these find statements. My guess is it would be in the start. Okay, so listeners. Okay, do you know what? I'll just, to be on the safe side, I'll be like, where do you think I should put these settings? No, lines. Inside settings manager. Oops. And if it returned too early, too late, it will tell me, hopefully it knows which lines I'm talking about. Okay, great question. ChatGPT does so much brown nosing. Look how slow that is running. This is ridiculous. Okay. Just want me to add a test SFX button in the same settings manager that plays click confirmation sound of current SFX one. Oh, I had a test SFX button. Okay, let's copy this across. Let's not go too far ahead. So I'll do Control A. We had 118 lines. It's dropped it to 67. That seems. Let's take that out. No, something's different here, right? So inside start. What's up, Spike? Why are you yelling? You coming up? You coming up to talk to the YouTubers? Well, you coming up to talk to the people of YouTube? Would that be a better option? Oh, there we go. You're getting too old to jump on my lap, aren't you? Yes. Right. So I'm going to have to compare these because that was a major difference. So it's using less serialized fields. So it's using the slider, and the toggle for mute. Okay, so no, I'm not going to allow it to do that. That's incorrect. This is it hallucinating. So this is my current settings manager. Yeah. So it seems to have forgot things, which is interesting. I was also looking into the potential of actually paying for this for a couple of months just to see what it's like, but it turns out you don't really get many benefits for paying your £20 a month. The main benefits are if you're working as part of a team, so a business account, which doesn't work because I don't require 2 licenses for it, and that's the minimum number of seats for it, or the pro license, which is $200 a month, and at the moment that would be about what 20% of the entire company funds. Like I said, we're trying to do this in a shoestring. Okay. Right, that's looking completely different. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll copy this and move it across. Sort of 130 lines, that's about the same, but I will have it. Yes, tie in my music manager. For direct control. Hold on. No, it's confusing now. Come down. Spike, down. Yeah, so it's definitely forgot a lot of information I have given it because I already have a music manager. So let's save this one just now. Okay, I mean that's music manager serial field. Okay, so let's give it my current music manager. Man, look at the lag. Okay, it's also wanting us to update settings manager. Okay, so let's give it that information and see if it can set it up correctly. So this is the thing, it's getting so complex now where it's forgetting things that it's not catching everything. Okay, so let's copy that. Move that slightly bigger. Inside Settings Manager, have it talk directly to Music Managers. Let's go to Settings Manager. Copy. Okay. Do you want to be able to update Settings Manager.start so that it all applies saved settings? Yes. Okay, so let's copy these across first of all. Private void apply music volume, is that there? Apply music volume and apply music. Okay, that seemed to. What did I say before? Okay, yeah, so it's using its own source, that's fine. So it's now pointing to Music Manager. Okay, so let's save this, jump across, moves duplication, event stays synced, yes. Let's make it auto apply the settings that have been saved. Okay, let's give them a full settings manager by the looks of it. So we're 134 lines. Let's see how long this one goes to. Okay, so let's copy this across. See, I don't like it when it does that. It's taking 30 lines out of that code. Okay, so these are the same. I've got slider, toggle button with game object. Slider, toggle button, okay. So doesn't have audio source anymore. Music source, so it's removing the music source from this. Do the same. Still grabbing the audio files. Okay. So it's removed the singleton pattern. It's removed quite a lot from the start. Oh, actually, sorry, that's in awake. My bad. It's removed the entire awake section. Interesting. So let's just copy the start down. Leave the awake start in there. Try this. Private void start. Is this private void start as well? Private void start. Okay, so right. Okay. So let's save that. Cancel. Where's its URL? It's there. UI code and crap. Okay, there we go. Is there any more? Doesn't look like it. Let's save it. Okay. Let's jump back into Unity. Give my machine a moment to catch up because it seems to be lagging. Okay. So let's run this now. See what I've broke. Okay. You can't hear it, but I can hear the music. It's very loud. So okay, my music's not looping. Oh, there we go. My settings button's not working. Fantastic. Okay, so my settings button. What the f happened there? So that's my settings button appearing behind everything else. Settings canvas. Okay, does that mean I need to move my settings canvas up the top? I think so. Okay, right. For the time being, let's disable this canvas. Oof. Okay. So the settings button wasn't working. That's because, oh, that's, yeah, so the settings button wasn't working. That's because there is no click on it. So, pretty sure I created something for this. What script would it be? What script would it be? So you know, an audio manager and a settings manager with an audio manager in it. So, settings panel, has that actually been set? It has, okay, cool. Right, so what's missing? I would have got settings. It's going to be settings manager. No, it's not. It's going to be stats manager, isn't it? No, actually, it's not going to be stats manager there. Where did I put the open stats panel? Let's have a look. Or did I even create an open stats panel? Have I completely forgot that? So there's nothing in there. Nothing in there. I mean, if it's going to be in one of these. Let's try open. Doesn't appear in that one. Wouldn't mean that one. Open doesn't show in that one either. Interesting. Looks like I didn't actually create it. So in that case, I want to have a look at our main menu script. Nope, not main menu controller. Which one is it? Let's find out what script it is. So let's just show our main canvas for now. Go on the stats button. Stats button. Okay, so it was in the stats panel. Controller, okay. Okay. So let's just turn that one back off just now. So if the controller for that's in the stats panel controller, then I guess that this new one would be in the settings manager. So I'd have to put it in here somewhere. Yeah, because there's a show stats panel. Do you know what? I'm just going to use the show stats panel. I'm going to use the stats panel controller for it because the stats panel is basically going to expand. Okay, show settings, menu panel, turn that off. Yeah. Load a banner. Okay, so stats panel, close panel.set active. So load stats and internet check can be removed. Okay, so I'm okay with it showing a banner ad. So I need to so settings canvas. No, it's settings panel. So settings canvas will always be there, but it's settings panel. Set active equals true. I bet you need to add settings panel somewhere. Yeah. Okay. So there's stats panel. Okay. Okay. So I now should have a show settings button if I save this. And I'll link the stats panel to it. So settings button. Excuse me. Stats manager. Show settings. Okay. So with that in mind, I should be able to hide the stats panel and hide this canvas and hit play. Okay. Okay, so settings panel's not set. So it's going to be, is it here? Yep, settings panel's not set. So drag that in there. Okay. So I definitely need to tie in the music and the setting stuff because that music is very annoying when it comes in so quickly. So it's also not looping the way I would expect it to. There it is. So I may have to do some trimming of that to make it a cleaner loop. Let's try this again. I've made that change. Awesome. Cool, that's interesting. Okay, so for some reason, it works. works. Well, the mute doesn't work, but the sound effects are different. So, what do we need to do? Sound effects slider and music slider. Music tab. Okay, so they're set fine in there, so that must mean it is in a settings manager. So it's linking volume to the wrong one. So have I named them wrong? Let's show this just now. I hate that. So yeah, the sound effect slider is on the top, not the music slider. So these are actually around the wrong way. And they're also named wrong. Awesome. But to be fair, it looks like it's actually just the label that's wrong. So if I change these, okay, start running, so it's fine. You should save. And what I can do then is I can move music up the top and then music below that. That should switch them about. Probably don't need to be anywhere near that big though, so I think I might yeah, I might resize these on my own. I think these need to be smaller. Okay, so with that change, let's try that again. It should remember that I have saved it now and the sound should be less. Oh, I can't do anything there because I'm an idiot and I left this canvas disabled. And left this one enabled. I do also need a that's better. And the mute works as well. Okay. I'll also need a way to exit the sentence. So I will. Okay, so again, need to close this canvas, hide it. Be nice if I could just, but can I? Yeah, it doesn't work that way. It'd be nice if I could do that and it would turn that canvas off. So I didn't have to keep going to each and then this each time. Okay. So we've got them working. We need a close button. So let's just duplicate that button. close settings. Button. Okay. So why doesn't it show? It's going to be underneath, isn't it? And it is. So just call it close. Just call it close. Right, okay. So this is why I think I might try and, I'm just going to save this just now. And this is why I want to try and see if I can shape these myself. I might. So first of all, select canvas, and canvas is a full size. Right, the settings panel is not the full size. Okay. So settings panel can be the full size. Bring that up. Settings panel must have a vertical layout grid. Yep. Okay. So if I do that, they all fit in. Those buttons look enormous though. Let's try that. Okay. I don't like the high volume. Turn off the safe here for now. So if I run this again, it should load those settings. Right, I don't think that's working. Um, I don't think that's working. Okay, I'm going to add a restore defaults button, but default should be 50%. Let's do this. I'll add the close button in a moment. Your settings prefab, I have a new button called Restore Defaults. Drag that button in Restore Defaults field. Done, press the button, reset 70 to 50%. Okay, copy that. And this is Music Manager, no, it's Settings Manager. Yeah, Settings Manager. Okay, so again, we always double check here. 130. Okay, I remember. Last time it removed things, didn't it? Okay, so once we add the default volume, get rid of that stupid fire icon. And it wanted to add this. Okay, so save that. And then everything from start down probably. Because I'm guessing, yeah, this doesn't have the awake in it. Okay. Okay, that seems to be better. So we'll save that. No, cancel. Where's its stupid little icon? There we go. More flames. No, there's still more flames in it somewhere. There's another one. Any more? Don't think so. Okay. Go back to our game then. What I'll do is once I've tested this, is I'll go out my full settings manager and say the sound doesn't appear to be saving, or the sound appears to be resetting to full volume, and see what happens. I'm wondering if it's my audio source. Okay, so there's no audio mixer there, good, so that's possibly something to do with it. So it should be playing awake and it should be looped. That is fine. Okay, so that music points to the audio source. So my music manager's pointing to the correct area. Settings manager's pointing to the correct area. Right, okay, so restore default button. Okay, so I need to add a restore default button in here. So right click new, UI, DMP, put diff. Okay, it doesn't matter, that's fine. Restore default button. Okay, push that out in here. Restore defaults. Okay, just grab that and put it in there. There we go. Okay. So then I need to go to my settings manager. Nope, my stats manager. And I need to bring in. No, I don't. There's my settings manager. Yeah, I need to bring in the restore defaults button. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, click on settings. Right, okay, no, that's wow. I don't know what it does, but that was wow. That was deafening when I clicked that restore. It worked. I mean, you've seen that from the pictures, but something's not right about that. Okay, I guess that today is just going to be about doing the settings and trying to fix that then. Right, let's code the close settings button while I'm in here. And that was in Stats Manager, wasn't it? Okay. So I'm just going to grab the close button. Hide stats it was called. Okay. I'm just going to grab that. Call it hide settings. Should be. So yeah, we should hide the banner. We should set this to true. Oh, it's because it's a capital. There should be another bracket in there. Okay, and it should be full settings. Yeah, and then it should be this one. Don't need this one, I don't think. Okay, so let's add that to button. Okay, so we need to select our close button, add a on-click event to it to bring in our stats manager. Go to stats control panel and hide settings. Okay, so in theory, okay, that's fine. So settings, yeah, close, awesome. Screwed up the settings button there for some reason. Don't know why that would be. Okay, music's finished for the first run through. Does it come back in? No, it came back in with the right music volume. Okay, don't know about that one. Right, so that's been done. So let's give it my full settings manager and see if it can help me with my code. And at the top. So this is, which one is this? This is my settings manager. God, man, the lag. Okay, like that. So change that, restore defaults then. Okay. So I've already updated them. How do I label things differently? No. How do I separate the SFX and music? So let the SFX slider works. You know what? Before I do that, though, let's actually test it because I've not used that test SFX button yet, have I? So weird music. Okay, the test SFX is actually working. Awesome. Close that. I'd love to know what close that out. Right. Need to see if that happens in the real game. Don't even know how you would explain that. Right, so I need to go back to our restore here. I need to go into the text. I need to make that auto size. Okay. So that's cool. File and save. Oops, what the heck happened there? How do I manage that? Must be that one. Yeah, okay. So file and save. All right. So we're just over an hour into this stream, and I've managed to fix the settings panel by the looks of it. So what else do I want to add to the settings panel? What about a slider with 3 sections for difficulty level? Evil, medium, and hard. Yeah, evil, medium, and hard. I like that. Easy, medium, and hard. I think that might be the next step. Okay, so let's go back to, no, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. So they actually work. So what do we need to do? Okay. My quiz has categories. Oh, it's not categories. Quiz has difficulty levels. Easy, medium, and hard. Round mode selects 10 questions. Do you think that we could add a difficulty level slider in settings with 3 positions? Man, I screwed that one up. It's making it hard. But what I'll go. But how could I make that translate into the 10 questions for room? I'm going to give it my, I think it's database manager. Yeah, because I already updated this in a preview. Oops. I already updated this in a previous tutorial. Here's my, what's it called? Database. Quiz Database Manager. I'm wondering if I should track how many easy, medium, and hard questions a user gets, and how many you get right, and use that in some kind of algorithm. No, I did not say that I want all 10 questions to respect that difficulty, because otherwise people are just going to spam easy questions. I don't know if that's the solution, because people will get annoyed if they keep saying the same questions because they're choosing easy. And there might be some questions that never actually get asked. What do we think? What do we think? I'm wondering if perhaps we should put it out this way. And then possibly see, once I've got multiple people testing it, what the feedback is. I think that might be an option. I think that might be an option. Okay. Okay, so let's add these to our database manager. I'm not removing the old ones because I still think that I might need to come up with an algorithmic one. Oh, okay, I can't just add these. Fair play. So, in fact, since this is changing more than other things, what I'll do is I'll do a version control. I'll put added settings and volume controls. Okay, and I'll check that in. Let's go back here then. Right, so get random question by difficulty. I don't see any get random question by difficulty here, to be fair. I don't know what it was whinging about. Let's try just this one then. So there's definitely one question. Get random hard question, get random easy question. I don't know if I can see it. Oh, is it because it's outside that bracket? Okay. Right, so I've added them. In Settings Manager, the slider. Okay, right, so let's save this just now. Go back to here. Okay, inside Settings Manager. Definitely the difficulty slider. Click UI slider. Difficulty slider. Expand. Okay. background, fill area, handle slide area. Okay, it's fine. So move that up and under here. Okay. So maximum should be minimum should be 1. Maximum should be 3. It should only be whole numbers. Starting the value should be 1. I wonder if we should put a tag showing easy, medium, and hard. Or difficulty equals easy, medium, and hard. So it changes that. Let's put it in as defined just now. If you've noticed, it's given me less information when adding new like UI items, for example. Okay. In Settings Manager, add a slider, which I've done. So this one's in Settings Manager. Okay. Oh, that's avoid, right? Okay, so Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Z, and bump that one. So it's within Start. It wants me to put these. Right, so this is going to be another copy and paste in sections job. Okay. Okay. And I need to add this to the start before anything else. Okay. Save that. Oh, 0 to 2. Oh. Okay, I guess I'm changing that to 0 to 2 then. Okay, that should be 0 then. Cool. Right. So save that. And now copy this. So set round mode. Let's go back to our brain drain quiz. Down here to set round mode. Okay. Looks like it's changed the whole thing. That's fine. Okay, does not know round question. Where does it set round question? No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Because it's grabbing the questions and restarting the game, right? So I'm okay with it loading the difficulty. That makes sense. Right, but if I go to restart game, so it should have edited something in here, the load random question part. Shouldn't have put it in the restart game part. Sorry, the set round mode. Yeah, restart game doesn't load the random question. Load random questions at the bottom. Alright, so it's telling me that there is. That makes no sense. Right, that makes no sense. So the get random questions by difficulty part is fine. It's this round question part. Right. So what I'll do, I'll save this. I'll do it here. Is my brain doing quiz? That's yes. Okay, so it wants me to add a new system variable. Wants me to load round questions. Amount of classes in this, man. That's insane. Okay. I'm still not convinced that this is going to work, but let's try it. Okay. So find load random question. So if not survival, if not it's survival, and current question index, got any questions per round. And game return. So if survival, the current question index, and the current questions. Okay, so it's changing that here. Right, so it's changing the logic right down to current question index plus plus. So it's changing the logic down all the way to here. Okay. Okay, so there it's now suggesting that I should potentially have a mixed option rather than being strict with the one difficulty. Let's just test this since we've made such a number of changes there. So let's play this. I'm going to get mute the music as well because as nice as it is, it's annoying. It's annoying me while testing. Okay. I have no idea what happened, but they're not working. Try that again. Okay, yep, they're definitely not working. Okay, anyway. Okay, it's an easy question. Still an easy question. Okay, they all picked easy. That works. That sound one's annoying me because I've not changed anything in there. Okay, so let's go back. I'm going to actually put that on my snagging list. Okay, fix audio and sliders. I thought I had. Keep music playing as the scene plays. Change streak to call on active. Actually, that's a point. So let's try survival mode. Wanted to see if I fixed the streak. I can't remember. So my music isn't persistent across my scenes either. So it's easy. There's a streak. Streak's 0. Okay. Submit. Okay. Streak's 1. Okay, so I didn't. Right. That's something still to work on now. Okay. Got a lot more scripts than I had initially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 scripts now. Right, so that definitely works. Perhaps can add a next option based on percentage. Which looks at questions in the next difficulty level. For example, 10 questions, 8 are easy, 2 are medium, or if it was set to medium, 8 are medium, and 2 are hard. Something like that. Okay. So back in our quiz database manager. No, we've already got a quiz random question by disability, by difficulty. Literally the one just above it. Okay. Just comment that one out just now. Wow. Okay, so back to here. Okay. I'm a fitter chat GPT limit. It's not bad. That's been an hour and roughly about an hour and 40 minutes. Maybe having a swing percentage. That could be interesting actually. Okay, that could be interesting. Right, so let's see if we broke it with that one. Titanic. Seven. Okay, so that still give me 10 easy questions. Let's try again. So one, that's the same questions. I know why that is. Okay. I know why that is. Because the questions are being set within the set me round or set round mode. When you click next round, or what is it? Is it next round? Man, I'm going crazy. Oh, come on. Okay. Play again. Right. So I need play again to also generate round questions. Okay. Uh, right. So it's definitely a problem. Definitely a problem. Definitely a problem. So logically this works. So wonder if I should have a generate round questions in here as well. We've hit our limit for today on ChatGPT, but let's try and be sneaky. So new chat. Come on. Round mode works the first time, but then use the same questions when I say play again. Let's see what it says. I think it's going to give me the issue. Correct, that's what I thought. Generate round questions, which is literally what I just said. Interesting. It adds a shuffle in the end. Did the previous one have a shuffle? Come on. Game on. Update for me. Yeah. Okay, so it did. Right. So it's suggesting. Go back to this one. Come on. I think I need to clear off this chat and start a new one, to be honest. I think that's why it's slowing down, because there's so much data in that. That's probably about a month of me talking to it. Yep, so generate random questions. Okay. Change set round mode to call it. That's it. Okay. Change restart game. No, I don't want to do that just now. I think what I'll maybe do is I'll maybe do a code review tomorrow. So I'll actually kill off the brain drain script and give it a code review. Or get it to give me a code review, and we'll see what we can do. Right, let's see if that's fixed our problem. Okay, Egyptians. Okay, Tom Brady. 5. There we go, it's thrown in a medium question. Another medium question, so that's working. Okay, play again. I would never got that one. Wouldn't have got that one either. Some of these are too Americanized. I've got that one. Yep. Okay. Okay. One last run. Yeah, these are all different. Okay. So let's go to quit, which takes me to main menu. Go to settings, change it to medium, close, back to round mode. Okay. Okay. Ooh, don't know about that. No. Okay, so that didn't work. So maybe it's not setting my slider correct. Okay. Let's quit and quit again. Let's go back to my stats panel. Actually, no, let's go back to my main canvas. Let's open that up. So that's in our stats panel. Is it not? I have a debug button around here somewhere. So stats panel. Well, of course, I'm looking at the wrong page. That's why you idiot. Right, so let's just save this just now. I don't need to save as actually just file and save. Okay, and what else do we want? We want me to change scenes, and we want me to go to the game scene. Cool. We want to look at our main camera, we want to look at our canvas, and we've got debug. And we have cache token text. So inside debug, I want difficulty. It's set. So how can I set that? Let's go back to our code. No, we've got a round mode bottom, isn't it? So choose difficulty. Okay. So search for debug. Actually, you know what? Debug would work there. So it loads it from player prefs. So I can do debug.log. Okay. And if I recall correctly, I just need to throw a semicolon here, a semicolon here. Right. Okay. I'm going to save that. Let's go back to here. We'll just play it from here because the difficulty should be saved, so hopefully it's been loaded. If it's not been loaded, that might be the problem. Difficulty should appear down the bottom. Chosen difficulty pose 1, which is easy, so still means I should get some medium questions. Okay, so quit. Sends. Close. Oh, okay, that quit, unfortunately. Quit. Sends. Jump. Close. Run mode. Okay, difficulty has not been loaded. Okay. Or maybe it's not been saved actually. Maybe that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that slider should start from 0. Sorry, it should start from 1 to 3. Actually, maybe not, because it's loads it and then taking it away. Value changed. Okay, make it round, add +1 to it. Okay, so it's changed it as being saved. So, is it not being loaded correctly? No, it's not being loaded correctly. Grr. It's physically loading it. Well, it's not loading the player prefs at all. Okay. So just now, go back to our guru. Technically, I do save it. I save it elsewhere. I don't. Okay, I'm not understanding this line then. Because I would have thought that's setting it by grabbing it from player prefs, but it's setting it to 1, maybe? Where do I load something from player prefs? No, that's okay, information. Just going to ask, does this line not always set the difficulty? Right. Could be wrong. Okay. 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 So maybe there's a missing player pref then. So it's definitely appeared to save it. How can I list everything saved in player prefs? Jesus, my typing gets worse. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay. So now it should dump all of that when I run it. Ooh, compilation errors. I broke it. Uh, okay. Okay. So it adds a menu item. So tools, debug, print press. Okay. Awesome. That was a nice little bit of code. So game difficulty set to -1. Games played is set to -1. Alright. So there's a couple of things that definitely are bugs. Right, okay. I think that's it for today. I shall continue this again soon. So we've got a couple of bugs we need to fix regarding the game difficulty and regarding the games played, because they do not appear to be saving. In fact, I can test before I stop. So I've got our main menu. Clear this. And I go to play, then settings. Oh, try again. Okay. Right. Yeah. So it's not saving player prefs. Right. Okay. So it's their wash up, snagging list, not saving player difficulty level, sliders no longer working in settings. What was that other one? Games played does not appear to be being tracked. Okay. So there's still quite a bit to do. But I think that's it for episode 16. So I'm going to leave that here. Thank you for joining me, and I shall see you in the next one.